Hi, and welcome to the second of three videos focused on the vagus nerve and vagus nerve exercises that may help brain tumor patients cope with some of the symptoms they feel, especially good for anxiety. And this second video is an overview of some of the free resources I found during the pandemic. And a lot of the exercises that I found were labeled somatics. Soma is Latin for the body of an organism. Ask a teenage boy, and he'll tell you Soma is a terrifying horror fantasy game. So when you Google this topic, type somatics to feel safer. Somatics describes any practice that uses the mind-body connection to help you. The word soma comes from the Latin word for body. And in these exercises, you are asked to pay attention to your internal self and listen to the signals your body is sending you about areas that need help. And I've found amazing resources online, totally free for this. I used to haul myself out to classes, and then during the pandemic, I found doing these at home on YouTube even more rewarding because I wasn't wearing myself out with getting there and getting back and dealing with all the troubles of the world. So the words, okay, we've done that one. This is one of the better books to consider if you want to dive into this topic because it offers very practical tips drawing from a variety of esoteric Eastern-oriented practices. It's made plain and simple. And but after you've read the books, you don't even need to read the books, but you can just enjoy the exercises. But these full body somatic unwinding exercises are just kind of amazing.
So now we're going to roll over onto our left side. And you might want something just to rest your head on for this.
I've picked this one up in the middle just to show you how gentle it is.
So a folded blanket, a pillow, a folded towel, anything will do. You don't want it to be super high, so you still want your head either to be in line with the rest of your spine or even just slightly below.
So you want to watch for teachers who have really good instructions like this on what equipment you need, how to use it, and how not to hurt yourself doing the exercises.
Yasmin Lambert here with a soma sensing practice called fascial unwinding. It's an intuitive motion that forms part of fascia tuning in motion, and it guides you to get right into those areas that feel stiff or sticky that stretching or manual therapy just can't get to.
This woman's great. She has a lot of videos for free on her website that offer free samples of paid courses, but it gives you a really good overview of a different kind of movement. And she explains on her website what soma sensing is and encourages you to use your own intuition to get away from your stuck patterns, habits, and chronic pain and feel a little bit of harmony. If you look at the next video, you can see the instructor making a full range of movement with her arm, but tracking every move with her eyes. And that is important to the practice. The eyes are kind of the windows for our brain to look out on the world and to take information from the world back into the brain. So neuroception is a really important part of tracking all these subtle sensory cues that we may find. You'll see that this is from a hospital site, actually, and it was done during the pandemic. But you can see.
Feeling the breath, and go ahead and reverse those figure eights. Feeling a full range of motion at the shoulder. And let's let that go.
So you can see she's tracking the movements there with her eye. And
feeling the.
That was a pretty active video, but for those with mobility challenges that don't even allow for floor work, this is the Sensory Awareness Foundation website. They have very gentle practices, and they have 50 years experience in the somatics field, and much of their practice can be done in a chair or a bed. And they have free online classes every Saturday. They will ask for donations, but they have a lot of free stuff up on their YouTube channel as well. Now, if you want to go more in depth on a practice, this would be something to explore. Feldenkrais is full of very gentle movements called ATMs. ATM stands for awareness through movement. If your body can't do the movement that they are suggesting, the teacher might further suggest that you imagine the movement in your mind. There are thousands of these full 40-minute classes online, as well as shorter offerings. Feldenkrais folks are pretty famous for wanting to get their message out. There's no strain and no pain to these movements. You can increase your flexibility, your ease, your range of motion, your coordination. Improvements may also enhance your thinking, your emotional regulation, and your problem-solving capabilities. But again, eye tracking and breath work is very important to this. So the goal is not to engage your muscles or strain in any way. And I don't know if I'm going to show, I'll show you a little demo. This is an exercise called Improving Your Neck. It's free on YouTube and relatively safe to try at home on your own. And again, the teacher just suggests imagining the movement if you can't do it.
Okay, lie on your back. Working. As you feel the slightest change in the quality of the movement, come back, stop and come back. In other words, we're interested not in the quantity, but in the quality. Just slowly, slowly, and then just let the left shoulder come back. Let the left shoulder come back to the.
So you can see that this exercise is called Improving Your Neck, but it doesn't go anywhere near your neck. You're lying safely on the floor during the exercise. It goes on for about 45 minutes, but it's probably one of the best things I've ever done for my neck. And it was just very safely raising my arms above and moving and breathing.
Okay, lie on your back.
And then there's some really great lectures on how Feldenkrais works.
But you're going to feel, you can tap your sit bone on a firm chair like this, and then take a deep breath. Exhale and drop your weight onto those sit bones, and that immediately just sheds tension off your shoulders.
So that's another one that's very easy to do in a seated position. And this exercise, it's cut off here, but it's called Reducing Noise in the Brain using Feldenkrais. So you might have heard advice like this. One of the best ways to increase positivity is to consciously block out some of the negative noise. And this exercise actually helps show you how to do it. I'm not going to play that because it's really quiet.
And so the nervous system knows that in order to survive, you need to be able to feel pain. That's fantastic.
that you need to be able to feel pain, that it does that for us, but it means it prioritizes pain signals over pleasure, ease. And
so they're explaining the exercise as they go along. This woman, Lavinia Plonka, is a fantastic teacher for chronic pain, and she has many simple, small exercises, such as this one, just for the hands. And I've done this a few times, and it's amazing how just working a little bit with hand movements can help so much for the whole body. Somatics. So you can search for your own solution just by using that word or looking up some of the videos that we've linked to here. And in the next video, we'll look at brain stimulation. And I'll be back. I hope you are interested in that. It's not for everyone, but there are some very good exercises to just start sharpening your brain without hurting your body.